Hello, and welcome back to Random Vids. So, I've been ranking a lot of Mario games recently, so this time around, I decided to rank all the Mario sports games that I currently have. It's not a lot, but the ones I do have, it's enough to be considered a ranked video. So, the only thing that I'm saying is that only Mario sports games count, because I do have some sports games that aren't Mario related, so only the Mario sports games will count, and next time, maybe I'll do a video where I rank all the Mario games that I haven't talked about already. I think that'd be kind of cool. So without further ado, let's get started with my absolute least favorite sports game that I have. And that is...
Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games.
So here at number 6, and my personal least favorite sports game that I do have, well, Mario sports game that I do have, is, of course, Mario and Sonic on the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of those few people who kind of like this random collab. Now, sure, you do kind of get a... Now, obviously, the best collab is Smash Bros., but, I mean, there's some collab games that are actually kind of fun. And I like the Mario and Sonic collabs. They're actually a lot of fun. The only problem is that this game just feels like a big pile of nothing. The music gets really annoying. There's not too many, like, mini-games to play. Okay, well, I guess there's a decent amount. But still, like, it's not one that's well-known or anything. A lot of people like the ones on the Wii better. Heck, even the Switch one. The 3DS one is just kind of more like, eh. And that's how I feel about this game, too. It's not terrible, by all means. It's not the worst video game I've ever played. But comparison to all the other sports games that I have, it's definitely the weakest. Plus, it has the least amount of characters, and you can only choose from a few of them, which is very odd. You can choose Mii characters, which is really cool, but whenever you play the sports game, you can only play from a few different people, which I find that's so weird and so random. I don't know why the game forces us to pick between only a few amount of characters when it should have just let you pick through, the whole roster that we have. But instead, you have to pick through a certain amount of people that they recommend for you. Oh, wow, how joy. That'd be like if Smash Bros. Ultimate only required a few people to play that game. Or if that one track of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you're only allowed to play from these 8 people. That is such a ridiculous and dumb move, and I hate how this game does that. Probably the weakest thing about this game, not gonna lie. Like I said, it's not the worst thing in the world, but comparison to all the other sports games I do have, it's definitely the weakest. And like I said, that music gets very, very old. But I have played a lot of this game though too, which may be why. So it isn't like it's not nostalgic or anything. It's maybe a little nostalgic, but not like how New Super Mario Bros. U is. I'd say even that game is better. This game is just so dry in comparison. I don't know. I just don't... You see, it's not the worst thing in the world. I will play it, but it's just not as fun as the other ones that I have. I'm sorry, it just ain't. It's okay, I guess, but there's others that I like better. And from all the sports games I have, this one is definitely the weakest one out of them all. And it was the only time that I ended up getting a Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, because I just found this one so boring, except when the Switch one came out, because I figured, you know what, maybe they learned their lesson, we'll see how it is. So yeah, nothing else I really have to say. Pretty meh game. If they would have fixed a few things, added some more, then maybe it would have been a lot better, but yeah, overall, pretty meh game. So let's move on. So here at number, 5 I think it is Mario Tennis Aces. This one, okay. After Mario and Sonic in the Rio Olympics, the rest of the games are fun to play. But out of the ones that I considered fun to play, this one is probably my least favorite out of those ones. So, what do you do in this game? Well, you play tennis, and that's it. There's nothing really much to it. I mean, yeah, you do have the adventure mode, which is kind of like the story mode, but honestly, it's not really that fun. You just kind of walk around and do different tennis matches, which to some can be considered a lot of fun, and others, it could get really old after a while, like me, for example. And I haven't done the adventure mode in a while either, so it does kind of get a little dry. And I remember when I did play it, and I was like, oh man, this is so boring. Basically just play a bunch of tennis matches, so at least they have a story mode, but it's kind of lame. At least the graphics look really good, and this is definitely a step up from Ultra Smash, which I don't have, by the way. And there's a lot of characters you can choose from, too. Sure, they were missing a few, but luckily we got a thing called DLC, where we got more characters, and I think more stages, maybe? I don't know. I don't play this game enough to know the DLC stuff that we got. At least, like, the music for this game isn't annoying, like Rio is. And overall, it can be fun. I just get a little tired doing tennis over and over and over and over again, especially since the levels themselves, they're cool and all, but some of them get a little too samey, if you know what I mean. They're not all bad, but I've played this game a lot as well, since it is an older Switch game, and I've had it for a decent time. So, not a bad game. Definitely not a bad game. One that I think that's pretty good, but compared to some of the other games I have on the Switch and some of the other sports games, it just isn't quite as fun as those ones. It's fun, but not quite fun enough to be ranked any higher than the other ones that I ranked. Nothing else I really have to say. Mario Tennis Aces, it's a decent game. It's fine. It's just not one of my favorites. So now let's move on to number 4, I think. And that game is... So here at number 4 is Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Now this is how you do a Mario and Sonic at the Olympics game the right way. This is how you make it, you know, actually fun. This is how you fix all the problems I had about Rio. For starters, there's a lot more challenges you can do now, which is really cool and fun. There's a lot of really fun ones too, like Dream Racing, Dream Shooting's a lot of fun too. Archery's pretty good. And there's a lot of really fun, a lot of other really fun ones too. I couldn't just sit here and name them all. Yeah, and now there's a lot more characters too, and yet again, because this is on the Switch, the graphics just look so good. And this is the latest Mario and Sonic game that we got, and for the latest one, it's actually a pretty good one. There's a lot of characters you can choose from, and they don't just give you 8 random characters to choose from in that game that you'll be playing. Instead, they just let you pick from the whole roster, which is great. That's a big problem about Rio 2016. This one, they fixed that, and it's so much better. Plus, it's just a lot easier overall to do the challenges than it was in Rio 2016. And the music isn't quite as annoying either. Now, yeah, it does definitely get very repetitive, but not as annoying as Rio was. And then they have Tokyo 1964, which is kind of silly, where you have 4 Mario characters and 4 Sonic characters trying to do challenges, which is goofy as heck. And some of the challenges are the same, and others are different. It's really cool that they put in the extra effort to add that. I don't know, I just feel like this one is just a lot of fun, especially compared to Rio 2016. And I know I'm putting this above Tennis Aces, but Tennis Aces gets a little old after a while. Very samey. While this game, there's a lot of things to do, so it doesn't get quite as samey as that one does. Not saying this one is my favorite Switch game of all time, or my favorite sports game of all time, because it ain't, but it's overall pretty good. A step in the right direction for these Mario and Sonic games. Let's just hope the next one we get is even better yet. So yeah, nothing else I really had to say. Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics is a way superior version than Rio 2016 Olympics. And I was glad to see how much better this one was than that one. So yeah, nothing else I really have to say. Let's move on to number 4, which is... So here at number, 3, I think it is now. Sorry, I think I said 4 by accident. Number 3, I have Mario Strikers. Man, I've never had a Mario Strikers game till the Switch game. Although a lot of people do say that the GameCube one and even the Wii one are better. I ended up waiting till the Switch one came out, and you know what? It's a pretty fun one. Especially when compared to like Mario Tennis, where it's just hitting the racket. This one's actually, you know, a lot of fun. The graphics look really good. It's just such a great game, and definitely the best Mario game of 2022. Oh yeah, because it was like the only Mario game of 2022. But yeah, no, it's such a fun game, and I love all the little animations that the characters have and stuff. There's just one little problem about this game. It's dry. And when it first released, it came out unfinished. Yeah. This game came out, June of 2022? And it came out unfinished! What the heck? Alright, so Mario Tennis and even Mario Golf on the Switch both have story modes. Mario Strikers, on the other hand, doesn't even have a story mode. They just gave you some arenas to play in and called it a day. And the character selection. Oh god, what happened to that? There was only 8 players. 8 players! And they didn't even add Daisy! What the heck? You cannot have a modern Mario game without Daisy. And I know everyone would much rather Daisy not be in a Mario game opposed to someone like Waluigi, the most overrated Mario character of all time. But come on, you cannot have a Mario Strikers game without Daisy. That is beyond ridiculous. And what's even worse is that she was in the other ones, so it just makes Nintendo look lazy. And they really were when they were making this game. I feel like they rushed with this game. I really do think they did. They rushed to get it out in time, and they didn't really include any of the other fun side modes. It's basically just one big main mode, and there you go. So although I feel like this game would be a lot of fun, they were so lazy with the game. Thankfully, when we got the DLC, you know, we got more soccer fields to play on, and we got more characters. We finally got Daisy, thank the Lord, and we got some of the other characters we were missing too, like Birdo, Shy Guy, Pauline, Diddy Kong, Bowser Jr., etc. So they did add some more characters, which is nice, but why are we doing this stupid thing where we have to wait for DLC? Why can't it all just, I don't know, come out when the game comes out? I just find that so ridiculously lazy. And they're doing that on purpose because they know DLC costs money. Sometimes, not all the time. But I just find it so ridiculous that they just didn't put the characters in right away. It's not like this game, it's not like this certain game you had to pay for DLC. No, it came out free, which that's nice and all, but that just kind of defeats the whole purpose. Why wait for these extra things? Just put them in with the main game. I swear. Some of the problems about this game really get me. And that's basically it about this game. There's no story mode. I mean... my oh my. I don't know how much they were actually trying for this one. But hey, I do consider it a good game, and I actually do kind of like playing it. It's fun finally playing a Mario sports game that isn't like Tennis or Mario and Sonic, because I had never had like Strikers and most of those other ones. I've only had... Okay, I've only had basically every Mario sports game on the Switch. Except for Mario and Sonic, obviously. And one other that we'll talk about later. But yeah, Mario Strikers, I do consider it a good game, and it is fun to play. I just find it ridiculous that they took all this time to finally add a Mario Strikers, and not even put in some interesting things like an actual main story mode, or, you know, add a bunch of characters until the DLC, which I find that's so ridiculous. But thankfully now we have more characters, so it's a lot better than it was. But man, oh man, this game could have turned out so much better than it was. But hey, it is what it is. I still think it's a pretty fun game. I just think they should have had more things out from day one instead of waiting for all the dumb DLC stuff. So yeah, nothing else I have to say. Mario Strikers, it's a great game, and it makes top 3 for me. Now let's get to number 2, which is... So my second favorite goes to Mario Golf. I forget the rest of the names. I have the disc right here, the thing. Mario Golf Super Rush, that's what it's called. Man, what a fun sports game. Now sure, a lot of people might be saying, oh, why didn't you put Mario Strikers above this one? It's Mario Strikers, it's amazing! Well, okay. It is fun playing soccer with the Mario characters and all that, and that is a lot of fun. But honestly, that game wasn't finished when it came out. Mario Golf, on the other hand, felt a lot more finished when it came out. And overall, it's just fun playing golf with the main Mario characters. So it does kind of give me some tennis vibes here and there. But it's overall a lot better than tennis. What's really cool about this game is they have a lot of Mario characters, like a lot of the main ones made it in, and they even added like more characters when we got DLC, which that's fine because there was already a lot of characters, but I'm glad that we did get even more. And what's kind of funny is Pauline for once actually wasn't a DLC character. She actually was like a character from the start, which I find that really cool. Also, their outfits are really cool too. I like that. Also, okay, I know, a lot of people do say the stages themselves are a little boring, but they're not that bad, honestly. They're not supposed to be all zany, and what golf course is zany and fun? Like, even the other Mario Golf ones, like, they're not that like that either. Plus, there's a lot of different ones to choose from, too. Like, the Mario Odyssey one, yeah, I know that's DLC, but still, the Mario Odyssey one, the Mario All-Stars one, that one's a lot of fun, too. Like, the ones that we already had were fun, but the DLC just, like, made it even better. And they finally, and you know, they actually had more than 8 players, Mario Strikers. They actually had, you know, Daisy right from the get-go, and Bowser Jr., and... You know what's funny that I just realized? They didn't even add Diddy Kong to this game. That's kind of goofy. Another thing that's really fun about this game is that you can play as Mii characters. What Switch game lets you play as Mii characters? That's so goofy. I love it though. I'm glad they did that. That just makes it so much more fun. And yet again, like I said before, the graphics are just so clean and so good. Everyone's looking really good. And unlike Strikers, we actually have a story mode. And in my opinion, it's the best story mode out of the Switch sports games. Tennis Aces got dry fast, but at least for this one, it was actually, you know, a lot of fun. It's fun watching your Mario character or even Mii character walking around, and they're interacting with different Mario characters too, so it's not just like very linear like how Tennis Aces felt. No, it's all very open world, and it's a lot of fun to run around too. Sure, maybe it could have been a little better, but it's actually not half bad, the story mode. And of course, for the new gimmick, they have the speed run thing, where you get to run on the field and chase after your ball, which is just such a fun mode. It makes the game just that much better. And then you, of course, you have Super Shots. Oh man, this game is amazing, and it was really hard choosing between which one was my favorite sport game between this one and my favorite one. So, it was so close. This one is just so much fun, though. They did such a great job with it. And I can't wait to see what they have in store for our next golf game, because this one was so good. I can't wait to see what we have later in store. So yeah, nothing much I really have to say. Mario Golf Super Rush is a great Mario sports game. It's done right. The game actually feels completed before DLC. There's a lot of things to do. It has a story mode. The music ain't annoying. Graphics are good, etc., etc. It's a great game, but I think there's one that may be a little better than this one. Only a little. Only by a little. It was really tough, like I said. But anywho, let's get to my favorite Mario sports game, and that is... That's right, my favorite sports game that I currently have is Mario Sluggers on the Wii. It was a close one. I did want to put Mario Golf at #1, but then I just remembered how much fun the Wii's Sluggers actually is. Man, talk about a Mario sports game done right. Oh yeah, this game is so much fun to play. Plus, like Strikers, we don't see many Sluggers games, and it's fun having the Mario characters just, play baseball. And it's a lot of fun too, and the different maps are a lot of fun too. They actually, look different and are different to play, and they're all really fun to play too. There's not one bad one out there. All of them are really fun to play, and it's overall just a lot of fun playing them. Plus, there is a lot of Mario characters. This is definitely the biggest roster out of any Mario sports game ever. At least the ones that I have, at least. There's a lot of characters, some random characters in there too that you just never think of. And of course, for funsies, you can also play as the Mii characters, which I find that's such a fun joy to do. Just playing as the Mii characters, oh, that's so much fun. And there's a lot of fun extra modes too that I've just never really gotten a chance to try, just because, I've had so much fun with the main mode. That's just what I want to play every time I do this. I've never gotten a chance to do exhibition, whatever. No, wait, that's the main one, isn't it? Toy field, practices, minigames. I haven't even gotten a chance to do some of those ones because I just had so much fun with the main mode itself. I don't want to play the other ones because I'm having so much fun with playing baseball with the Mario characters or Mii characters, whatever I'm in the mood for. Man, such a fun thing. The only thing that's a little odd about this game is that you have to pick from a certain amount of Mario characters to be the main character. But I guess that does make sense because there is a lot of Mario characters to choose from. So it's not like Mario and Sonic at the Rio Olympics where it only makes you pick from 7 characters or 6 characters, much they make you choose, when they could have just easily let you pick from the main roster. So for this one, you're only picking between I want to say 12 characters for the main character. Then for the rest of the slots, you can pick whoever the heck you want, which that's really nice. I'm glad they do that, although it would be nice if you didn't have to do that, but hey, I'm not complaining. It's just a little thing. And this is a fairly new game that I got too. I only got it Christmas of 2022, I think. Sometime I got it more recently, and man, it's such a fun game, and it's easily... Okay, like I said, I was gonna put golf at #1, but I just remembered how much fun this game is, and in my opinion, I think Mario Sluggers on the Wii is my absolute favorite Mario sports game, and probably will be until they make it even better on the Switch, or whatever the heck they do with that. So let's hope and pray that we do get a Mario Sluggers game soon, because we are way overdue for one. With that, there's nothing much I really have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Might be Sunday, might not. It depends, because sometimes I get busy Sundays. So I'll see you next time. So have a great day.